Today is day 22 of Start Now, and today we're going to talk about a really interesting story from the Bible. It's when Jesus and the disciples were passing the fig tree, and Peter's watching Jesus, and Jesus goes up to the fig tree and curses it because it's not bearing fruit. So let me read the story to you. And seeing in the distance a fig tree and leaf, he went to see if he could find anything on it. This is Jesus. When he came to it, he found nothing but leaves, for it was not season for figs. And he said to it, "May no one ever eat fruit from you again." And that's Mark 11:13 through 14. So here's this poor fig tree that's not bearing fruit because it's not the season for fruit. But Jesus expects fruit from it and curses it because it does not produce fruit. And so here's the thing that I get from that story. The natural circumstance for the fig tree was for it to not have fruit because it was not in season for it to have fruit. But we have to remember that God is above our natural circumstances because he is God. He created the circumstances. So if Jesus wanted fruit, and he gives the word for fruit, the fig tree should have produced fruit even out of season. And that is a good example for our life because God can produce fruit in your life even if it seems like it's out of season. He can produce fruit in your marriage even if it feels like your marriage is failing. He can produce fruit in your career even if it feels like your career is going nowhere. He can produce fruit in your personal life even if you feel like by all natural circumstances you shouldn't have fruit there. So if God gives a word of a promise, of a fruit, of a blessing, then his word is more powerful than the natural circumstances in your life. And you have to believe that. So if Jesus is coming to you and he's saying your marriage, it's not going to fail, it's going to do wonderful, it's going to be beautiful, you have to believe him. Even if by all circumstances it looks like Jesus is lying. Because he can produce fruit even out of season because he is God. And he created your marriage and he's blessing your marriage. And he will put fruit there if you just believe. And in that belief, you work towards that belief. Because if you believe something, you will work within that belief. Your actions and your thoughts will follow what you believe. And if you don't believe you'll have fruit, then you won't have any. But if Jesus says there's going to be fruit in that circumstance, it doesn't matter if it's out of season or if it doesn't seem like in the natural it's possible. It doesn't matter because his word usurps your natural circumstances and what the natural situation says around you. So if he claims there should be fruit there, it will come if you let him. So I just want to encourage you today to look for, don't judge your circumstances and don't judge the things in your life, your career, your marriage, your heart, your mind, your thoughts. Don't judge those based on natural circumstances because God can do the impossible. He can call into being what's not in being. He can produce fruit even out of season, and he expects it sometimes. He wants to produce that fruit. And so as you follow him and you chase your dreams for your life, I just want you to understand and realize that sometimes God will call fruit in areas that seem dry and seem dead. You know? And there's tons of Bible examples about how God can breathe life into dead things. But this is just the best circumstance. If Jesus calls something and he says there's going to be fruit in an area, you have to trust there will be, even if it doesn't seem possible. Even if it seems like it's out of season. So I hope that encourages you today. Today is day 22 of Start Now. I'm just trying to help you on your path of achieving God's promises for your life. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.